Hey everybody, Rob here with FPVTestbench.com doing a review on the X-Tronic 9020 soldering station and the hot air gun. A lot of us will be using these to solder connections, whether that's between the motors and the speed controllers or actually anything for that matter. So we got one of these supplied by us by X-Tronic, one of their newest models out. Not sure how much they're going for yet. But they're out of Lincoln, Nebraska. I've had some of their devices in the past. Top-notch quality, to be honest. And they offered to send us one of these products for review. So here's an unboxing. We will be having a teardown as well as a actual review of the product in the next coming week or so. So keep an eye out for that one. Let's get started. This is the box it came in. It did have... it'll actually look just like this. The tape has been cut, and I opened it and had a previous unboxing, but apparently my canine friend, he ate the memory card. So here we are with the second unboxing. Some of the stuff's gonna be a little bit misplaced. There's one box that's missing, and I'll explain to you and show you what was inside of that. So yeah, let's get started. Let's open this up. Opening the box up. This is one of the spare boxes. Here's the pieces that were inside of this main box, or excuse me, inside of this white box right here. Dump all this out. Comes with your goot wick, your solder wick. You have, I believe it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hot air nozzles, square and a bunch of round ones, go down really small. Put those to the side. They give you a soldering iron tip heating element, a replacement one. They give you a hot air reflow gun, replacement tip for this as well. Here's a circuit popper, basically, an integrated circuit popper. You have your tips for your pick and place tubing. Here's the screw that goes on the bottom of the unit. You have to take this screw out in order to be able to use the device, because when the suction is running, there's a pump that's inside of there. It needs to be dislodged so that it can actually work. So if you don't take this out, you can actually harm your device really bad. Here are the two tips that were on top of the soldering iron. I'll show you that in a little bit. And inside one of the other bigger boxes that was right here in this compartment was your magnifying light that comes with it. As you can see, it gives a pretty good hefty duty magnifying right there. It's nice, great quality. And to just include this with the kit for the price, it's almost always a pleasure to deal with. We'll put these to the side now. Pull up the main stuff. Okay. This didn't come assembled. I did have to put together this piece right here. It's your soldering iron holder, as well as your sponge to wipe your tip on. And this piece right here has to be connected with the supplied screws. This is where your solder spool will go. It's easy to pull out, rolls, really nice and convenient. Included power cord for the device, grounded. Your soldering iron, which is a beautiful piece. If you notice, it's got an extra tube on there. That is your fume extractor. You can also take this off if you don't like it. You have to get in small spaces. There's a screw right here. You take that out. This comes out. Or you could extend or retract that as well. See if we can get a close-up of that tip real quick. Probably not. we'll do that in the review. You'll see that. Military style connector on the actual end of the soldering iron. Never had a problem with these whatsoever. Same style connector as the other devices that I've had from X-Tronics. Great product. Here's the tube that you will hook up to the machine itself. We'll do that in a little bit. You'll see where it goes to actually suck the fumes away from it. Put these to the side. Here comes the soldering station. All comes packed really nicely, nice and tightly. Here's your pick and place tubing. Your tips will go on right here. There's a hole right here for your finger to use where you can just easily have suction, pick up a piece, drop it. This hooks up the same spot on the soldering station that the fume extractor would as well. This tube right here. Comes with a total, I think it's 10 tips because there's one on the iron, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tips. Let's see if we can get a close-up of those. They're actually the same construction that Hakko uses, so you can actually interchange these tips with Hakko tips if you wish as well, or you can order directly through X-Tronics. Here you have extra filters for your fume extractor. You can see there, they come out, there's just little circles basically. They just pop right out, but there's a lot of them that they include. Set to the side. They give you a pair of pretty nice tweezers. This is all included in the regular basic kit. I mean, there's only one kit they sell for this model, but everything's included. It's quite impressive. Ground down the front, anodized on the back. Very pointy, accurate, pick and place. Very nice. Documentation. We'll go over more of this in the review. Some of this is a little bit telling you about upgrades, things like that they've done. Anti-static, multifunction rework station. Here's your instruction manual, the 9000 series. And your warning, basically telling you to remove the one silver screw that's on the bottom of the machine. That's the one I showed you before. We'll go more into detail on that in the actual review. Here is the soldering station with the hot air gun. Okay, the way it's going to come to you, I actually already assembled the one piece that goes onto this, is this piece right here. It just has to be screwed onto the side with these screws right here. Very, very simple. Once that's there, you can then take your hot air gun and place it on your adapter. This actually has a magnet inside of it that it will tell the unit when it's in there. So when it is in there, it'll actually shut this down. It'll cool it down. Once it gets to a certain temperature, it'll turn off completely. It'll turn off the air blowing through it and so forth. But here's the station. You have your dial control. It's an infinity dial control. Nice billet aluminum knob. You have your switches for hot air, solder, and suction. This is your suction port right here. And as I told you before, let's try and get this one out. Your filters in that little foam packet I showed you before look just like that. And they just fit right into this hole. block any debris from going in there, as well as try and soak up any fumes, things like that. Put this back on there. Your tubes from both your soldering iron and your pick and place, we use a soldering iron in this case, just basically plug right into the adapter on the end of there. That's it. And once it's turned on, suction will be going right through here. You can control the suction with this knob right here. The military style connector has a groove that matches the groove on the top, so when you place this in there, you don't mess anything up. Just give a push and make sure everything's flush on the outside. Screw that down. There you go. That's it for that. Take a look at what this looks like completed together, basically, real quick. There you go. That is the X-Tronics 9020 soldering station and hot air gun. Check out X-Tronics website. They should have it up there soon, if not already. This is one of the first ones that they sent out. It was to me for review. And one of the things about this newer unit, and they're starting to implement with every other unit, I forget the terminology that's used, but it's basically, it keeps the heat exactly where you need it to be. It's not like using a regular piece of junk rework station where you're actually going to, touch the solder or touch your iron to a big piece of solder that you need to redo, and then the temperature in the iron is going to go down so low and it'll have to come back up. This one, it monitors the temperature in the iron. I forget how many thousand times per second or whatever it is. We'll get more into that in the review and the teardown. But just trying this the one time before, very impressive. I have to be honest. It's kind of scary how fast the temperature will stay with the iron. It's definitely a sign of quality, and I'm pretty proud of X-Tronics to start implementing more of that into their devices. One last thing I will say, even though this isn't unboxing, one of the new features that they've included also is these channel buttons. So you could be soldering at 600 degrees Fahrenheit, doing some big rework stuff, or just any type of soldering, and then you want to switch over to really quickly to another piece that doesn't need a lot of heat, and you don't need any kind of fume extraction coming out of this for some reason. You can hit the other channel button. It goes directly to set the temperature immediately, and then the suction, or matter of fact, the amount of air coming out of this, the hot air gun, would be totally different just by hitting the channels. And it's kind of like a car radio where you get everything set up and you'd hold down the channel button, it'll set it. So, and then when you turn off the station, they come back to the same things with the internal memory. So that's it. That is the X-Tronics 9020. Please feel free to ask any questions in the YouTube channel. And if you call up X-Tronics, tell them that I sent you. And if there's anything I can do to make the review better in the future, please let me know. Hopefully we'll have some more reviews and unboxings, teardowns in the future with X-Tronics. And you'll be able to get to see them first. So thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.